All right, everybody. As you guys know, I love past history of basketball, and I talk about this guy a lot through Twitter. And I looked up to this guy as a kid, one of the greatest shooters of all time, KiKi Vandeweghe. How you doing, KiKi?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be here in Dallas and enjoying a great game.
All right, perfect. Well, let's lead off with, obviously, people recognize that one season from 1982-83. You averaged 29 a game. You guys have records behind that. All-time NBA, you and Alex English, those guys. Talk about that season and talk about you being coached by the great Doug Moe.
A lot of great memories. I was a young player at the time and very, very lucky to be mentored by the likes of Alex English and Dan Issel, and of course the great Doug Moe was a coach. So we had a lot of fun. We were at the time the highest scoring team in the NBA. So it was a run and gun type of game that we played. We didn't have any plays or anything like that. But we just knew how to play basketball and had a fantastic time. Have wonderful memories in Denver.
All right, well, one of my good friends, Tracy Murray, from a UCLA guy, I asked him a question the other day, and I said, hey, you're a shooter. Who's the greatest shooter you ever seen shoot? And he mentions KiKi Vandeweghe. And for you personally, I mean, like I watched you play, your mid-range game is one of the most marvelous things I think that's never talked about and should be talked about because I think it's a lost art. When you look at shooting, who are some guys that you look at some of the greatest shooters of all time?
Well, there's been a lot of great shooters down through the league, and it's just difficult to say that anybody's a much better shooter than guys like Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. Both happen to be on the same team, and obviously Kevin Durant. But there's so many great shooters in the league today. I think that today we have the most talented players we've ever had, certainly, and some of the most skilled. And these guys are just so much fun to watch. Every night you watch another star. And I don't care where you go, any arena, any of the 29 arenas in our league, you can go any single night, you can see a great game, you can see great stars. And I'm honestly so impressed with what they can do. Things that we didn't even imagine doing in the 80s, they do on a regular basis every single night. So it's just fun to watch. The NBA has never been in a better place. It's just going along great, and I'm just very, very lucky to be a part of it.
All right, last question. You said about the talent today. And one guy that comes to mind, obviously, is LeBron James. When you look at LeBron James, I think he gets a lot of criticism, maybe unfair to a certain extent. And I hear people, fans mainly, saying that LeBron James couldn't play back in a certain era. Do you think that's true, or do you think that LeBron is just obviously one of the greatest talents that ever come along in the NBA? What do you think about LeBron James as a player?
Well, certainly, one of the greatest talents ever. No question about that, and could play in any era. A lot of the players today could play in any era. The stars are stars, and I'll say that through history. The great stars, the transcendent, the stars who really make the game of basketball and continue to make the game of basketball today could play at any time, any place. And again, right now is the greatest time I've ever seen in the NBA. And if you're a basketball fan, enjoy it because it's spectacular every single night.
All right, and fan just mentioned this. You have a niece, and obviously I watched her play tennis. Coco, any advice you give her? Obviously it's a different sport, but could you give her any pointers or any advice about just playing in the big game or something like that?
Well, our family is very competitive. We have a lot of sports people in our family, and we all support Coco, and kind of a tight-knit family that love to watch her play, love to cheer for her, and I think she's doing great. I'm very proud of what she's done, on the tennis court. So it's just a lot of fun for us to watch, a lot of fun for us to cheer for, and some great women's tennis now, especially the American tennis players. It's just it's good to see every single tournament.
All right, I appreciate this so much, KiKi. Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir.